Welcome back to Crafting a Country Life. I'm Andrea Marshall. I wanted to come on this morning to share a thrift haul that I made. I went out shopping yesterday. The weather here in the Northeast is very hot, so we've been kind of, stuck in the house this week to some degree. And so I just thought it would be nice to take a day yesterday and get out a little bit. I did get the chance to sit in my air-conditioned car in the air-conditioned stores and found a few goodies. Anyway, the first place that I went for my thrifting is the Goodwill near where I live. And the things that I found, I didn't find that much at Goodwill. I try to stop in about once a month or so just to see what's on the shelves. But I did find this spool of beautiful old ribbon. And it's a woven ribbon. It's probably polyester. Yeah, polyester. And it has pink and blue dots and a fine zigzag with like a brown color. And this is on a white ribbon. So I thought this looked very kind of old-fashioned. And I thought it would make a great trim for some of my craft projects and mixed media. So that was the first thing. That was $1, and there's about 5 yards on there. And also at Goodwill, I found these, and there were a whole stack of these, and they fit 9 by 12 paper. They had mint, navy blue, and a pale pink. So I bought 3 of them, and they were 50 cents a piece. And when I flipped over onto the back, the tag said, $3. These look like they might be Target signs, although I don't think it says Target on here anywhere. But anyway, from $3, probably from their dollar spot area at Target, and they ended up at Goodwill, 50 cents a piece. And of course, the art teacher in me, I teach elementary art, and I thought, oh my gosh, I should buy all of these for my classroom, but I really do have more than enough storage in my classroom for. So anyway, I did buy the 3 just for my own craft room here at home. So that I thought was a really good bargain. And I think that's it for Goodwill. The next thing I did is I went over to Savers, which is also in the same town, and I found lots of things there. This is the first thing that I found, and I'm guessing this is probably a 1960s metal tin. It has a really pretty shape to the edge of it. A beautiful needlework design all over it, and it's colorful. There's a little label up here. Hard to read. It says Jacobs Needlework. Anyway, I cleaned it up, washed it out, wiped it down, took the stickers off. And I've got this beautiful metal tin. I may end up putting some of my button collection into this one. This is really pretty. So, $3.50. I couldn't leave it there for that. Then I found, over in the book section, for $1, the Dover reprint series. And these are, images, black and white images of early American quilts. So, this book I will be using to cut up and use in my art journals that I make. So that one, was lucky to find that for $1. And then some beautiful vintage textiles. I've washed these up and dried them. They were a little bit musty smelling, but the prices were very inexpensive. This is a bureau scarf. It's probably a machine-made lace. I'm not totally sure. But it is 100% cotton, and I got this for $1.50. So this will go into my vintage textile supply bin. The prices are really quite good. I mean, you have to hunt through a lot of things at Savers to find the older pieces, but I find it well worth it because the prices are so reasonable. I got this set of 4 luncheon mats. They are absolutely beautiful. They're linen, very fine linen, and you can see the lace border around the edge and the beautiful, I want to say cut work. I have to brush up. I do have a book on lace collecting, and it has all of these different kinds of techniques in it, but in any event, they're just beautiful. And there is a set of 4 of these, and I got these for, I think they were $3.99 for the set. So those are quite old. This is probably not very old, but it's very nicely worn, and the color is very mid-century, this aqua with the polka dot. And I will be able to use this in some of my mid-century mixed media work. There's over a yard of fabric here, and I got this for $1.49. So you know, and the quality of the fabrics, if you know what you're looking for, in the older pieces can be really, really, really good. I found also $1.49 each. These are heavier weight homespun 100% cotton valances, and I will be using these as yardage for some of my primitive projects. And these would also be beautiful dyed with a little bit of a distressing dye, I thought perhaps. Or the other thought I had was, if I don't do stuffed articles with this, I may end up using this fabric to make a couple of pillows for my keeping room. So that's a thought too. So we'll see. And then I found, again, $1.50 a piece for these beautiful pillowcases. These are pillow covers. And again, these are, my guess is that they're probably 1960s vintage, 100% cotton, very soft, very nice quality. And there are zippers here on the end that I can take out and save for other projects, you know, if I want to recycle. So I thought this was a beautiful little print with the floral image. Those will come in handy for some journal making and stuffed dolls or toys, things like that. Here's another one, just a little bit different pattern, but the beautiful mint green and pink with the yellow center on the flower, I just thought was so charming. Okay, and then here's the last one, and this also looks very kind of a 1950s, early 60s home decor with the stripe. Just love this, and the soft blue and the pretty pinks and reds are just lovely. So that, and then the other thing that I found at Savers, and I'm not going to open this, it's a queen size hand stitched quilt. This was $12.99, and I couldn't leave it there for the price. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Typically I try to find old quilt pieces that are disintegrated or worn, or that have been previously cut or torn or just aren't useful anymore, and use those in some of my crafting. But this is an entire quilt. There's no signs of damage in it. I'm guessing most of the fabrics in here to me look like they are probably vintage 1940s, 50s, and 60s. Some of them look like they may be even a little bit later, and I'm wondering too, a very good friend of mine who is an extraordinary quilter and knows more about this than I do, said that it's possible that this quilt, like the squares could have been started years previously with older fabrics, and then, you know, at some future date, perhaps in the 60s or 70s, somebody else continued on and completed the quilt, adding some of their own newer fabrics. And my guess is, especially this coral colored floral here, just feels a little bit like it may have some polyester in it. It doesn't have quite the same properties as some of these 100% cotton fabrics that you can see, which look really kind of wrinkly, and they're a little bit heavier than this. So it's possible that this was completed over the course of time. But in any event, it is just a lovely fan block quilt. The blocks are machine pieced, and then the entire quilt is hand stitched. So it's just a lovely piece. I may just go and put this on our bed. I've washed it washed up beautifully, and it's just so pretty. Anyway, that was for $12.99, probably the steal of the century for a handmade quilt. So those are the items that I got yesterday on my thrifting day. I hope you enjoyed watching, and as soon as I get some projects going with some of these lovely things, I will be back on to film them. So I hope you have a great weekend, and try to stay cool if you're living in areas like I do up here in the Northeast, where it's just roasting. It's been 95 every day this week, hot, humid. So we're just trying to stay cool. Enjoy your weekend. Until next time, bye for now.